you there, checking everything down. I guess it just got a wild hair across his ass for some reason.
Yeah, it sounds like he got it straightened out now, though, brother. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Well, I wear headphones, man, so when guys have a squeal sometimes, especially if they're hammering me like you were, man, I'm like, whoa, man. It's different when it comes from a speaker, man. When you got headphones on, you just, aye.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. I bet that wasn't enough to kind of cross your eyeballs there. Well, I'm on a different radio now, different antenna and everything. This is the HF rig there. I was just popping down here to tune around a little bit, see who was in there. I was down on the 555 there for a few minutes, and basically nothing right now but those Mexicans. So, I mean, they're decent people, but a little tough to talk to at times. Just kind of tuning around here and popped in on you there. Appreciate you letting me in there. I'll let you get back to the other local out that way.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. That's Rick. He's down there in Arkansas. That's Rick. That's what is that? USA 15 or man, I can't never remember no one's call, man. That's why I'll never be a ham, bro. I'll have ham equipment, but I'll never be a ham operator.
Well, around here we call ourselves hamsters. So yeah, that's about the level of that one. I know what you're saying, though, with this stuff. Well, good afternoon there, Rick. Name here is Bill. I'm located up here in southern New Hampshire. It calls the USA 15. It's the old United Sidebanders Association, which, near as I can figure, doesn't even exist anymore. But I was one of the charter members that started out in Massachusetts. At one time or another, I guess there were 5,000 to 6,000 members, but I haven't heard another one since.
Yeah, all right, Bill. Yeah, you're coming in here real good. Yeah, I thought that sounded familiar, USA. That was like a long time ago. I heard that, and I really never knew exactly, or somebody told me way back when, but yeah, I never hear any of them anymore. I'm an old Alfa Romeo guy, but, you know, I've joined the World Radio Club deal just so nobody take my number 33, but I still use the 2 Alfa Romeo deal. And, yeah, I heard you that other day when you were talking to him and making that noise. It sounded just like this, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a strange one, Rick. I don't really know what that was. It hasn't done it since. I've got that stuff shut off here at the moment, but I don't know what that was. I've got a little EQ in line. It's just an old beat-up 2950, and I got a little EQ, you know, just a high-low tone thing and a little bit of a studio-type microphone on it, but nothing special. I just checked everything, wiggled everything, maybe a little piece of dirt or something, and I don't know what that was. I farted around with it, try and get it to do it again, and it decided it didn't want to, so I don't know what's going on there. I know I got to get up there and check the antenna there. We had a real close nearby lightning strike here. Didn't actually hit the antenna, but I'm thinking that may have done a little damage up there. I'll have to get up there and pull it.
Bulaya,
nagsusundan na radyo. Gumagana ba radyo ko? Abot ba dyan sa radyo nyo?
Little ATR-30, and the cord, if you move the cord just in a certain spot, it'll do it, and then you can move it in another spot and it won't. And one day it might do it, and then you move it a little and it won't do it. You know, it's this real finicky deal, but that's what it is. When I heard that sound, I can hear that in my external speaker when mine does it, and it was the exact same sound.
Yeah, mobile.
Yeah, that's exactly how I noticed it as well, man. They had a speaker up there, excuse me, for another receiver, and actually had it come through there, so I knew something was up. Looked at the meter, saw the thing was down there full scale, so I figured something was up there, and just played around with it a little bit, and got it to go away, so maybe it'll stay away for a while. I should just pull everything apart, clean everything up there. Since that stuff's been actually apart. I use it fairly often, but very, very seldom have plugs out and stuff like that, and I'm sure pull everything out. Together would probably help a lot.
Yeah, it's more that just in the grounding deal with the wire, the microphone wire. It does a little feedback thing in there. You got it. If you loop them a couple times, get the loop just in the right spot, it'll clear it out also. But I've been fighting with that one on this thing for a while because I've just run barefoot, and unless I turn all the gains on all the EQ and everything up to as high as I can get it, I only get about 20 watts out. So I've got everything right to the limit before it starts doing it, so I can get about 80 out on average.
Well, what you're talking on there sounds good, man. I'd leave that one alone, and hopefully, you know, I said this is a Kenwood. This one's a new 590s, basically for use for other bands, but works quite well on this one here as well.
Yeah, this is a little 718 ICOM, a little 802 Behringer $50 mixer, and a $20 ATR 30, the little mic. But like I said, that cord thing is what it was, and that's exactly the same. So that's the only thing you have to mess with. I wouldn't worry about anything else.
Yeah, it's time for everything for it going through. It's been years since I've had it apart, but I appreciate the advice there. I definitely will look into that. Like I say, I've just simply taking things apart and cleaning things up, and like I say, I use that deoxid on everything now.
Natatanggal yung pagkainan, lalagay ko na 1 kilo, kaya tatloy ko na kaya, para di matanggal.
You know, lots of ferrite beads and bypassing and all that stuff in there. And that thing's pretty well RF proof. That's what was causing the head scratch in there, because I do have everything pretty well RF proof, RFI proof, and so we'll figure it out there. But I use it to sell them, and then this one here is becoming more the rig of favor. I just got to swap antennas just on a long wire here right at the moment. So
sige mama, dito lang tayo. At ibabalik ko na rin. Nalagyan ko na ng 3 kilo para di matanggal.
718 you got. That's a nice little piece too. Those work exceptionally well.
Yeah, I call it the little tank. I've pushed it hard for about 8 or 10 years. I used to run a Turner 3 on it before this one, and I turned it up, and it did peak out at 140, and I made that thing scream for about 8 years. I just hooked up this thing about, this setup about 6 months ago, and boy, after seeing that 120 to 130 average talk, seeing that 40 and 50 kind of, you just don't like to look at that. But anyway, Bill, I'll go ahead and cut you loose, man. Yeah, that's going to be my next deal, is try and get some ferrites, because I have none on this thing, and it takes a lot of working on them wires around to get them just in the right spot. Also, your best bet's probably about, let's say 9, 10 o'clock in the morning till about 1 in the afternoon's your best window for Europe.
Oh, we get them here all the time. I heard Scott talking about the Chinese coming in, and as it is now, the Europeans are in there all the time. Man. They're in there now. It's just the Mexicans are a lot stronger. It's running harder from their direction than it is from the east. I think it was the European guys are in there pretty.
Hindi ko ngayon may lagay. Nasobrahan ng tingga. Mamamari ka pra.
A little bit south now, but the direction is heading south there. Some of the Middle Eastern stations in there the other day. There was a guy in Jordan in there, and there were a couple of Israeli stations in there. And I talked to a guy in Slovenia the other day. They're just north of Italy. So should be real interesting here another 3-4 weeks there when it heads south. I'm sure the skip cycles this
okay, maraming salamat yan.
Same thing, right?
Hirap ilagay ba kung matanggal na naman eh.
By the end of November, into December, we had Africa and that part of the world in here as well. So it's going to be a fun one. You guys get back to it there. I didn't mean to hog the channel on here. Appreciate you letting me jump in there, and pleasure as always. And I'll get back here and listen, and catch you guys a little bit later here. I got to run out of here. Just cruise through the studio here and tune around a little bit, see who's come in there, and heard you guys talking. I figured you were right next to each other. You both give me about the same signal.
Yeah, Roger. All right, Bill, we'll have a good one. Hey, you guys remember Blue Sky operators? I used to be one of those back in the 80s, man. I forgot my number. I kind of got out of sideband for a while, but I was a Blue Sky operator, but I forgot my number.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, that's a while back. Big Sky operators. There were a couple of clubs up in, or a group of clubs that got together up in Montana, Idaho, Dakota area there, called themselves the Big Sky Club.
Yeah, I think they were Blue Sky operators. I remember there was a lot of members. I used to actually get a little newsletter. And everything. It was kind of cool. That was back in I don't know, 86 or something like that. 85, 86. But I don't hear no more of the members out there. I might be the last member. That's like my buddy, man. I got a friend of mine. He's a little bit behind times. He had a members-only jacket on when we went to a break about a year ago. I told him, man, you must be the last member, brother.
I've heard 3.
You heard some Blue Sky operators?
Yeah, I've only heard 3 left. There's about 3 that I've heard in the last few years.
Really, man? I ought to get someone to see if they still got the list, see if I'm on there. I joined that Charlie Tango group over there. Joined that. They got a website, the Charlie Tango group. Just because I didn't have a sideband number, and a friend of mine on YouTube was part of that group, and he's like, "Hey, you can come check these guys out." And seem like good guys, man. They're all over there in the UK and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. I've already talked to a bunch of members over there, Charlie Tango members. So it's actually been a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of ATs, Alpha Tangos out there. I never really was in one at all. I mostly use the Alpha Romeo because that's the abbreviation for Arkansas. So a lot of people don't play it like that or understand it, but that used to be the way everybody used it. They used, like yours would be Charlie Alpha deal.
Yeah, I used to use Charlie Alpha way back in the day. I tell you, I got off sideband for a lot of years, man. A lot of years. Just started playing with it again. Matter of fact, when this cycle was cranking up, I said, man, I miss talking around the world. You know, AM's fun. I love keying on people and all that. But I said, man, this cycle's going to go crazy. And I remember talking around the world on sideband, and I said, man, I don't want to miss this cycle. I want to get every piece of it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the deal. You don't find much out of the country AM stuff. Every once in a while you'll hear a few Australian ones, but you won't really hear any European because it just gets so clogged. Now, you can go down below what they call 1, down below 965, and you can hear a little here and there, but they run some AM like the 915 and stuff, and the 835, that was the other one that was like a competition one down there below 1, but mostly if you want to do around the world, you got to go sideband.
Yeah, Roger, dude. No, I hear you. That's why I'm saying AM, the East Coast, you know, back in the day, back in 2006 and all that, my buddies in the UK on the forum would say, damn, 4040, you were coming in here 30, 40 dBs. You know, I'd sit in my mobile, at a Suburban with a 3CX 3000 in it, you know what I mean? Doing about 10 grand, and I'd sit right by the water there. And I'd get all my friends, man, come on, dude, come up to sideband. Come up to sideband. You're hammering us on the AM. So this cycle, I said, you know what, I'm going to get a nice HF rig, because I've had a few HF rigs back in the day. I had a 430S, I had a 747, I had all the Azus, 101s and all that, but I said, this cycle, I'm going to buy me a nice radio. I bought it in December. I said, I want to give me a nice HF rig. I want to talk around the world, brother. So it's all good. It's all good. I've been having a lot of fun, man. And all this UK and everything, man, made it worth this $3,000 radio. All that, well, I heard a little bit when I bought it, but it definitely paid off there, Roger.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear what Bill said about it turning some. That tilt of the earth makes it turn some, and they'll get it first, because I've been waiting for that Eastern Europe. There's like a couple of countries over there in the Middle East that I've never gotten to, and I've been waiting to get. Every place that I've already talked to, it's like, okay, yeah, I did that 10 years ago, but the places that I've never got, that's what I keep listening. Like there was a place in North Africa I actually got back in the spring that I'd never gotten before. But, like some places they just don't have no radios. Like try and talk to Afghanistan or Iraq or Iran or, where they're put down like that, it's not that easy. But like Jordan, they're a little more liberal, and Saudi Arabia and stuff. But a few of them places I just want to get.
Yeah, in February, I was talking to a station in Iraq, man. In February, I think I got a video gate where I was talking to a guy in Iraq.
Well, see, that's the deal. Sometimes you'll get that better bounce out there, too. It depends on all the bounces. So my antenna's not that big and bad. The super spinner does all right. If I had it up at like 60 feet, it would really perform well, but I just, with the winds we get here, and I haven't got good angles to put any real guys on because I'm packed in this subdivision here. And and that's just the whole deal. So you get a big beam, and you can